Alright, hopefully I don't get cut out 20 billion times during this, but I'm just doing another one of my random little live streams talking about the hypocrisy of idiocracy and stupidity I'm seeing today. I want to talk about the illusion of safety that people are seeing right now with everything going on. Specifically, I keep seeing people, with these masks. Everyone's making these homemade masks out of old t-shirts, and the Surgeon General's coming out like, oh, you need to make one out of this type of cloth and this, and that. And coming from someone who has some background in what constitutes a proper respirator. You know, I've been welding for a while, and I've welded different types of materials that let off different types of gas. And, I know what filter you need for different types of things. What micron filter, what types of filter you need to keep out chemicals and things of that nature. There are basic types of filters. Like, especially I had a crash course in lower end filters after we went down to Beaumont after Harvey. We had to figure out, hey, what's the minimum requirement filter we need to keep out mold and bacteria? Because we had to buy, literally thousands of filters, thousands upon thousands of filters for people in that area that we could hand out, because people needed them because they needed to be able to keep out mold spores. So we were looking at different ones, and we ended up settling on the N95 mask. Now, originally I had bought a whole bunch of the larger M3 respirators, but they're coming anywhere between $30 and $50 a pop. So we bought those for the crews that were helping out people that were doing demolition work to get their houses certified so they get the electricity turned back on. But the ones that we're handing out to individuals that only had to have a couple masks over a course of a short period of time, we decided to go off the N95s. And we bought, I think I bought somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 masks. Now you can take a wild guess at how much I spent on those. That Tavex suits, gloves, tape, I spent a lot of money, but doing the right thing. So I'm looking at what these people are doing nowadays, and they don't realize the fact that those masks only do so much, especially when you reuse the same mask over and over again. And when you wash the material and it opens up, that these people are going around thinking, hey, if I put this little mask over my face, and they buy these ones made of like neoprene. Now, if you put neoprene mask over your face, you can't breathe. It's simple as that. So they have to have holes all over them so you can let air in. And most of these sport neoprene masks that people are wearing are designed to keep either your face warm when you're running during the winter, or to restrict your breathing slightly for when you're running, so that way it teaches you how to why is this thing always, you know what, you just, I'm gonna turn this sucker off because it's annoying. Wrong button. Whatever, he'll shut up. To teach you how to be able to exercise with reduced oxygen, so that way your body can handle it. And it's one of those ones where people, they think that this is like some kind of amazing protection from viral, and they realize it ain't worth anything. And even the CDC put out, it's like, hey, an individual wearing a mask is not going to give you any real protection from intaking virus. Because if you get a virus and it comes and it sticks to the front of that mask, guess what? All it does is keep that little guy there, and as you breathe in, it just lets you suck that little guy in. Unless you have a surgical or medical grade mask, or a mask that only comes through a certain media, you ain't doing shit. So it's really useless. But people, they think, hey, I'm doing something. I'm protecting myself from this horrible, deadly virus that has a lower fatality rate than that of the seasonal flu. And the numbers are already out. And these numbers are based upon the statistics we have, not including the people who haven't been tested, the people who had it and got over it early. If you were to figure out everyone who've actually had this, or people who are I can't speak today, asymptomatic and everything, and then break it down, the numbers are even lower. It's just like, guess what, people? This isn't the pandemic we made it out to be. And every day I keep seeing the news putting the same stuff out. They're still trying to get people to fearmonger. They're still going, oh, well, we had 2 new deaths or so many new cases. It's like, yeah, you're looking at like Houston, like 3.4 million people or something, and like 2 people died of suspected COVID related, or they had 79 new cases. What span of time? You know, it's just like, guess what? Stop fucking trying to get people to get scared about it. People are starting to wake up and realize it's bullshit. Okay, it's not the huge pandemic where a couple 100,000 people are gonna die. It's not. Yeah, people are dying. It sucks, but guess what? People are dying from the flu. People are dying from pneumonia. People are dying from falling off their bike. If you look at the numbers coming out right now from the economic impact, like I've talked about before, how many people are going to commit suicide because they don't have a job, they can't feed their families, they're getting evicted from their house, they can't pay their car bills, people who are just going to be absolutely financially destroyed because of this, and how many people are going to turn to drugs and alcohol to cope with it. Those numbers are probably going to be as big or as many or not higher than that of people who died from this stupid fucking Kung Flu fever. So how about we realize, stop using emotions, stop using, oh my God, oh, it's so horrible. Look at the actual data, look at what's going on and realize, oh shit, we screwed up. It's a good thing that we were ready for a real pandemic, but this isn't it. We reacted too quickly. We tried to play politics. We tried to use this as another reason to impeach Trump for some stupid shit, and then turn around and go, okay, we fucked up. We're destroying our economy. We're destroying millions, tens of millions of people's lives. Not just their people, their family, their children. I was talking to my son last night because I'm still working. We're still doing well. I still have a big house. We still have nice cars. We still have food on the table. Thank God for that one. Still looking out for us. But there are so many tens of millions of Americans right now. And I'm even talking to my customers who, hey, I got laid off. I got a little money now, but I don't know if I'm going to keep being able to buy food. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep paying my mortgage or paying my rent or paying my car note. There's so many people right now. Like, you thought the economic collapse of 2008 was bad? This shit's going to wipe that off the table. There's so many people that over the next 6 months to 2 years that are just going to be financially destroyed because of the overreaction of the government and the fear mongering of people put out by social media and even just mainstream media, making it seem like you're going to die if you go outside, if you don't put gloves on, a mask on, and wash your hands and social distance and quarantine yourself. You're going to die. And it's just not true. I had it. Both my kids had it. My wife had it. My wife was asymptomatic. She didn't get any symptoms. She got a runny nose, I think was the worst thing she got. And guess what? Fucking nothing happened to us. I took 2 weeks off of work to be safe, to make sure I didn't pass it, because I got a lot of old customers. I don't want to kill some old lady in her trailer or something. Being safe, being smart, being intelligent about it, how you're supposed to be. But now we're looking at how so many people, not even just the deaths, the economic fallout of what's going to happen to America. We're going to fall back. We're going to fall back over a decade. Not to mention, how many trillions of dollars we already added? What, three plus trillion dollars to our deficit, and then we're looking at doing another economic stimulus package to help people out. Probably going to add another 5 trillion on top of that. It's like, Jesus, we're gonna pretty much be adding like a third of the original deficit we're already at, that we've accumulated over the past 100 years in the span of 1 year, because we overreacted to a fucking virus that turned out to be nothing more than a common flu. And the worst part is there's still people out there who, you look at any of the Facebook posts or Twitter posts or anything about that lady up in Dallas who wants to restart her, cutting hair. Guess what? Her hairstyles, they got to feed their kids. They got to pay their bills. They can't just not work. And, unemployment only pays so much, only goes for so long. And guess what? Guess who's paying unemployment? The government. Well, I know we pay in unemployment. Someone's going to respond to that. But we pay in unemployment. The government takes that money, puts it into something stupid, spends it on dumb shit, and then we got to turn around like, well, we're unemployed. We need our money back for a while. Well, we already spent that money, so we're just going to have to make some more money to give you. And then make it a real long, stupid process to get it. I mean, you know, I was on disability, and it took 3.5 years to get disability. It's stupid. It's retarded how long it takes. And I know I don't use retarded as people with mental handicaps. I mean it in the process of how stupid it can be. But anyways, I got to get to work. So feel free. I can't see the comments right now. Make fun of me. Talk about my neck beard. I know a lot of people give a shit about. Guess what? I'm pudgy. I got a big chin. Fuck you. Fuck you. So y'all take it easy now. Bye bye. Turn this shit off. How do I turn this off? Oh, great. Now it doesn't want to work. There it goes.